Hello, my dear friends. This is Rabbi Aharon Dobinsky coming to you today from the holy city of Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, Israel, with a message that I think you need to know about. Now, I haven't been on as often as I was, and the reason why is I keep reposting my posts. I have to do that because apparently, to all of the minions on social media, Facebook and YouTube, etc., I'm a bad boy. So in order to punish me for being a bad boy, what they've done is they've taken all the things they've taken all the posts that I put up and they put them to a much lower pecking order. You may not even get it for 2-3 weeks. So I don't know. So I'm going to keep trying this to make sure everybody can get them because I think they're of value to those who normally watch them. I'm going to keep going for it. Now I want to say something after that having been said. I always talk about Torah. Torah says this, the Zohar says that, the Mishnah says this, Gemara says that, and that's really important things. These are very important things. These are the things we have been guided to by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because Hashem, who created the universe, says these are the things you need to know to drive my machine, which is your body, my body, everybody's body. These are things we need to know because they will make it run smoother, they will make it run better. And even if we don't see it in the beginning we just see extra work, things to do. The fact is, in the long run, it comes out much better this way. Now there was a man named Kimball, and he's not Jewish. He is, I believe, a cleric, and he's also was a businessman. And he made a saying that has become very famous among people who are motivators. And I'm going to tell you right now what it is. He said, do it right, do it right now. Whoa, did you catch this? Do it right, and do it right now. These are all important. In everything we do, we need to do what we need to do right now. You get an idea. I get an idea. Any of us gets an idea for a business, and it comes to us today. Today is the day we start. Now, we may not, of course, set the whole business up, make it do very well today. We may only be able to do a title, a concept, as a line long or a paragraph long or whatever. But do something. The reason we got the idea today, and this is on any ideas we get, by the way, is to start today. If we got an idea that we should be starting to study Gemara, that's an idea, and it comes to us today. When do we start to study Gemara? I don't care if we just pick out the book and bring it home. It has to be started today. That's why it came to us. Do it now, and do it right now. Do it right now. It's very important that we do things, that we do them right, and we do them in a timely manner. These are very important things. This last couple of weeks that we've been going through with regard to Amalek, Haman, all the things we had to do were very important. And they're brought to us so we can know them. We are told we need to eradicate the memory of Amalek. Not just eradicate Amalek, which in itself would be a tough thing to do, but we have to get rid of the memory of Amalek. It was so evil, it was so bad. They would attack the weak, they would attack the young, attack the old, they would attack people who were defenseless. They did things that were absolutely unconscionable, but we lived through it, thank God. And our task now, from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is to take care of this group of people and get rid of them. Who do we get rid of? Men, women, children, animals. It tells us, it specifically tells us these are the things we need to get rid of. And there's a reason why it tells us that, because we need to understand how important it is to do it right, and to do it right now. For example, if you go back to the Haftorah last week for Shabbat Zohar, it tells a story of King Saul. Now, a lot of you, I'm sure, are familiar with this story, but, it never hurts to refresh our memories. So, it tells a story of King Saul, the first king of the Jews, was sent into battle against Amalek. Wow. Got the chance to do exactly what we were told to do it right, and to do it right now. And he was very happy to go and do this. And he went into battle. And they defeated Amalek soundly. A couple of exceptions, a couple of small things. One, they didn't get rid of the animals. They kept the nicer animals, he said, for sacrifices. I think it's interesting the way he says it. He's talking to the prophet, Shmuel, and he says, we save these animals for sacrifices to your God. To my God? What about your God? Who's your God? Who's the one who put you in place? Who gave you this job? Who's the one who selected Saul to be the king of Israel? HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He selected you. And here you are a direct effect on what he selected. So you'd think basically doing what he said would be not a big thing. It would be accepted and it would be done. But they didn't. They didn't do it. We didn't do it. Let me say that because they and we are all the same thing. We're all Jews. We're all together on this. And a mistake that is made affects the whole country. Is that it? No, that is not it. He didn't kill the king. The king was killed the next day. The king was not killed immediately, and he was supposed to be. They were told to take care of these things, to get these people killed and kill everybody, man, woman, child, animals. Didn't do it. What did he do instead? When Saul came to him, he had a great excuse. Well, you know, the animals were keeping for a sacrifice for your God. God, for your God. I love that. And then, what about the king? Well, it was a courtesy to let him live just a little bit longer before we take him out and kill him. So, Shmuel asked for the king to be brought to him, which was happened. He came to him in change, and he was sliced in half by the prophet. And basically, at this point, Shmuel gave Saul his walking papers. You're done. You're not the king anymore. Why? Because you didn't do what you were told to do. Yeah, but no buts. There are no buts on this. It was a commandment, and it was clear. You were told exactly what to do. Were you told why to do it? No, you were not told why to do it. But it's a pretty easy idea that gets the idea that these people are evil. If they continue to exist, they will torment you. And the king is the one who is controlling them, making them go forward. One more thing. The king, because he had an extra day and night, slept with his concubine, his mistress, whatever the woman was that he had with him, and slept with her just one time. Just one time, he got a little fun, it was a good thing. He got some fun. And he could say, at least I had that before I had to be killed. Oh, a critical mistake. Because you see, it only took once. No matter what they told you in high school, it only took once for this king to impregnate this woman, which he did. And who was the seed of Amalek who came along hundreds of years later to torment the Jews? Haman, the guy that we yell at every Purim, because we can't stand him. He was such a horrible thing. He tried so hard. His idea was to get rid of all the Jews. He was an early day Hitler, okay? He was an early day one. He was just ahead of his time, but his goal was the same. Get rid of all the Jews. That was what he wanted to do. So the king came up, Shmuel sliced him in half, and that was the end of the king, but the damage was already done. Because although Saul did what he was told to do, for the most part, he didn't do it right, and he didn't do it now. Two of the three components which are so very, very important in everything that we do. He did not do that. And what was the result? Haman came along. Yemach Shemam. And later on, others like him from Amalek, all the way up to the time of the 1930s, when the leader of the German Chancellery came along, who was rumored also to be part of this group of people. So that's why it's so vitally important that we follow what we were supposed to follow. This is on everything. We talked about all the things we learn in Torah all the time, all the things we learn in Gemara, all the things we learn in Midrashim, all the things that we learn. And we say we need to learn them. We say we need to do them because we were commanded to do them by HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When does he want him to do it? Do them now. Do them now. How should we do them? Do them right. Don't just slough them off. Say, I'll do this later. I'm not going to do it today. What else? Do them right now. Now. Starting now. It starts today. This is the first day of the rest of our lives. We know this. We've heard it 1,000 times. Never in the history of the world, in our own personal history, has it been more important. We need to be aware of the fact that what we have been given is a recipe. And if we do it right, and we do it now, and we do it right now, our lives will be a whole heck of a lot better. So my friends, as we move forward after Purim, all the joy of Purim, let's remember, keep a keen eye on what's going on in the world. We also need to be aware of what's happening around us. Different countries, different leaders, different things, etc. We need to go through this, and we need to judge properly, by the way of Torah, properly, to see what is happening, what can we do about it, and how quickly can we get on it, because it's important that we do it right, and they do it right now. My friends, have a great week ahead. Be well. God bless. All the best.